Hey, and welcome in to the July 10th episode of The Company. As you can see, our panel is kind of sparse tonight. Missing a couple people. Hopefully, we will be joined by our good friend and compatriot Sosa in a few. But until then, me and Izzo will keep you entertained and keep you company, I guess. We're called the company. Might as well. But so first of all, before we get into our topics, I want to just go over some things that we really don't give a damn about, but did happen this week. Just to remain relevant. You know. So
y'all didn't talk about that guy.
Exactly. So let's go through a few things. Justin Bieber got engaged.
Yeah.
To who was the girl?
Who you talking about?
Haley something Baldwin. You got engaged to a chick named
Baldwin. You talking about Justin Bieber?
I don't know who she was. Yeah, Bieber got engaged.
Yeah, I saw that in the gym. I was like, okay, it's a girl. She looks like a girl. He got engaged. Great job. I don't know.
Is that a task now?
Yeah, I didn't.
We gotta. She's a girl. She's a girl. She's a girl. Everybody. She's a girl.
Yeah, I didn't know why there was. I don't know why there was hoopla around it, but okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And of course, one of the big things that did happen, they got all 12 of the kids plus the coach out of that cave.
Yeah.
Out of the cave. That's a blessing and a half.
Yeah, and they did it in quicker time than what they thought, because they thought they were gonna have to teach those kids how to scuba dive. So how did they do it?
Yeah.
You know?
I saw an illustration.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is elaborate. Like they took them through this cave, and then there was like a 3-hour crawl.
Oh wow!
And then they had to. Then I guess they gave them a crash course in scuba. So they took them through that real quick so they could hurry up and learn, and then they got them out. I think the whole trip out of the cave was probably 4 or 5 hours.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So initially, I think a couple days ago when they were talking about taking the kids out of the cave, they were talking about like 4 months.
Oh yeah. That's exactly what I read at first.
Yeah, they were actually going to just go ahead and build them a little. I'm not trying to be funny, but they were just like going to go ahead and build them a little home in there.
Oh
so
yeah,
more comfortable.
Yeah.
So, that's a blessing they got those kids out. Because to be honest with you, when I first heard it,
oh yeah, I thought it was a wrap. I thought it was like, yeah, they going B.
We're gonna talk about this for probably a week and move on, just like we usually do whenever something happens.
Because the news cycle is too fast right now.
So it's kind of like 10 kids died. Hearts and prayers.
Oh, don't even start. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm tired of all these hearts and prayers. We need some action. Not saying like action with that, because they did have action, but you know what I'm saying, for things that occur here that are tragedies.
Yep. I kind of feel like if we didn't turn it into as big a topic as we did, then they probably would have just hung it up.
That made a good point. You probably, because we want to see like something, like some miracle happen, because right now we are dying for those. Ain't too many happening. It's like the worst of the worst keep happening. But it's things we can prevent. It's things we're causing. The worst of the worst keep happening.
It's just all bad news, and we're all just desensitized from it. People die, mass shootings, all this stuff happens, so we just kind of, take it and keep moving. Which is horrible, a bad thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just us trying to cope with stuff. We don't want to dwell on it too much. We move on. It's just how we do. And it's sad that we're like that, but just stuff keeps happening too quickly.
Yeah. Another can't miss 2 weeks ago. Another thing that happened is I know you didn't want to talk about this guy, and I'm not gonna stay on it too much.
About 45.
Yeah, so we got
go ahead. That's fine.
We got a new Supreme Court justice. 45 had brought in his favorite guy.
Oh yeah.
I see what's going on. And I know a lot of people see what's going on with this, but there are people who are still jaded and are still rooting for this guy to win.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What? No. Go ahead, finish your point, and I'll say something.
No, that was it. I mean, just a lot of people are rooting for this guy to win, and it's I honestly don't even get it anymore.
Well, what I saw, I watch random clips that pop up online, like on my feed, and like I guess my homepage on YouTube, and then I guess the View clip came across, and John McCain's daughter is on the View, and you know she's a staunch Republican, but she even called that nominee the swampiest swamp people from the Bush administration.
Oh wow,
yeah. So if she says that, like they really got an agenda, and it's ridiculous. And the agenda, for the most part, is that, you know, he made that statement that a presiding president shouldn't be dragged through civil cases while he's president. And it's like, really? Like, no, you're a citizen like the rest of us. You no monarch. You ain't no king. You ain't this. No, you're a citizen at the end of the day. That's all you are. If you're subject to the same things, if you stole a piece of candy out the store, if I was prosecuted, you'd be prosecuted. That's how I feel.
Yeah. And I don't know why everybody else isn't seeing this. Like, he's getting himself off, and nobody else sees it. I mean, well, they don't see it. A lot of people.
And for him and for the Republicans, it's all about them staying in reign. And I'm like, what y'all don't understand, and what not really them, because of course the Democrats, if they were in power, or Republicans in power, they want to stay in power. I get it. But what a lot of people don't understand, like the commoner people who keep voting that way, have you not noticed nothing is going for you, the common man? Just like you said to me in the pre-show, like the nail plant.
Yeah. That's just horrible. And like I said, the foreman of the nail plant that I was talking about, he's a Trump supporter. And they're having to lay off all these people. Let me see.
Just because I'm guessing the metal that they use to make the nails is imported, and of course they have to pay that tax, and to afford to even keep it up. Yeah, to keep it up, they would have to cut people to be able to afford the tariffs. That's ridiculous.
This is Missouri nail plant workers are the first casualties of Trump's trade war. So this place that has been employing people for 25, 30, 35 years.
Yeah.
You know, it said 60 workers at Mid-Continental Nail, America's largest nail manufacturers, have been fired.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's not, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be where it stops. So, I mean, this is just, at this point now, there's really no reason to sit here and, you know, point fingers and laugh at people. You kind of just sit quietly and watch. And that's just what it is. Sosa's coming in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. But yeah, I didn't want to touch on that too long. It's one of those brief things that did happen. We want to make sure y'all know that we are watching everything that's going on. Just because we're not talking about something doesn't mean we don't see it.
And we know y'all exhausted of the BS as well.
Yeah.
There's no need to hear it here as much. Of course, if it's something that's like groundbreaking, like the sucker got impeached. Oh, yeah, we covering that.
Oh, that's going to be the whole show.
You might watch me eat chicken and watermelon, and I hate watermelon.
Oh, I still don't understand that. How do you not like watermelon? That is probably the most delicious thing on the planet.
I think I'm missing a gene or a chromosome. I don't taste nothing. I don't
think you had the right kind. I don't think you had the right kind. Maybe. I'm going to stop at a roadside, one of those roadside stands,
and pick up some peaches while you at it for me.
Oh man, I'm still waiting for that. I'm going to pick up a watermelon, and I'm going to come to your house. And we're gonna sit on the front porch.
No, we not. We have all the white people gonna be turning the corner like
this is happening, and I'm gonna be like, say something.
They're gonna put us on Snap.
This is happening. We are gonna sit on the porch and we're gonna eat this watermelon. And you are going to change everything that you ever thought about it. And put no salt on it. I don't trust people who put salt on it.
Yeah, I have horrible. A family member that does that. Well, I used to see that when I was little, and I'm like, ain't that supposed to be sweet and putting salt on it?
Yeah, I don't understand that. You're ruining the delicious melon.
Okay.
Which was another thing that I was eating, and then all of a sudden a story comes out, and that had salmonella in it. You know what?
Oh, you did tell me that. That's pretty funny.
I'm getting tired of this whole salmonella thing. It's invading my life.
You on some Final Destination Purge shit about you, bro?
Yeah.
They're on some foodborne disease purge on you.
That's why I just stopped eating. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait it out.
Yeah.
I'll just, let my stomach digest the fat that's already in there.
That's funny. I will say the one thing I like about this time of year, all the cookouts and stuff, I'm getting my pause applicable. I'm getting my fair share of protein.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Because I ain't gonna front. Because of that, I've lost weight. Because I finally actually taken in as much protein as I'm supposed to have.
Mm-hmm. I hadn't been to a cookout yet.
Me neither. I always get plates because I work too much.
Yeah.
Give me a plate. Okay, that's what I get.
But all right, so usually when an album come out, we cover them. We covered the last two albums that popped out.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Old Boy's album is probably the best one that's been dropped this year. J. Cole.
Oh, it's still solid. I rock it in the gym hard.
I still think that's number one album so far. Yeah, absolutely. So our buddy,
Aubrey Graham Drake, or Aubrey Drake Graham? Yeah, Aubrey Drake Graham. There you go.
I don't know. I didn't know the boy had a real name. I thought it was Drake. So I thought it was Dra, first name, Ake, last name. Oh. He came out with his. Was it a double album? I'm not even sure.
Yeah, it is a double album. It's 11 and 11. I think.
Yeah. Okay. So when I loaded it on what's the thing called, Spotify?
Yeah,
I was like, damn, this is a lot of songs on one album.
Mm-hmm. So, after hearing the Kanye produced 7 for everything.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. No, because all the albums he put out is 7. So
yeah,
it's like it's, his album, Pusha T, the one he had with Kid Cudi, Nas, and Tiana Taylor was 7. He shitted on Tiana Taylor. It should have been more because she's very talented. R&B should be more tracks than 7.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But so you listen to the album?
Be perfectly honest, I listened to the entire rap album, but the R&B side, not gonna lie, I'm not an R&B Drake fan. Sorry, guys. It just does not interest me.
I didn't know they split it up like that. I didn't know it was like an R&B side and a hip hop side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first side that I would have listened to would have been what? The hip hop?
Yeah.
And this is why I ask.
Uh-huh.
The album, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Drake can't rap because he does have lyrical talent.
Absolutely.
I think he does.
Absolutely.
But the album was boring to me. When I listen to something, I need passion and I want something that's going to make me run on a treadmill or bench a little bit harder or do something, move. And I didn't do it. It's just kind of like I had noise in my ear.
I could agree. The day after the day it came out, I remember getting up at like 5:30 morning. I went to the gym, was there by 6:30. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna bump this Drake. Okay, listen to it while I'm a Stairmaster. First track, pretty decent. Second track, okay. But it wasn't pushing me like that. And then the third track, it was that airy weekend sounding crap. And I'm like, if this is the rap side, I ain't getting what I need right now. So I cut it off. And started playing the Pusha T album instead.
And you were listening to the gym? You were in the gym?
I was in the gym on a Stairmaster.
Like, and see, that's the
pre-workout stuff. Yeah.
When you have the wrong music in the gym, it affects your workout.
Absolutely.
So like I wasn't lifting heavy, I wasn't pushing myself. I was kind of like going through the motions. And his album was just continuously playing. I can't even tell you what most of the songs were I listened to. I just know I got through like 8 tracks, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm wasting time.
Speaking of which, I'm happy you said that. Like, there's songs I actually really like on the album, but like my opinion on it is that it doesn't sound very far from any other Drake album. It doesn't. And I don't know if I said this on the show, but I always say it to y'all in the chat, like if something pop up and I'm like, I like Drake. I'm happy he's in the culture because people pay attention to rap a little bit better now because he is somebody that crosses over. But I don't think he moves music along very much. I really don't think so.
Yeah. I think he found what he's good at. with hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to sit here and say that he's afraid to do anything else. Because let's be honest, if you're an artist and you're under a label, that label is going to control what you do, what you put out,
Absolutely,
how far you're doing, and what your growth.
Yeah, but he's an artist that where he's able to take that risk. We know he can because anything he puts out, people are going to listen to. I mean, of course, there's no album purchases no more, but every time he puts out anything, he breaks stream records. Like, to where I think he could experiment, but like, does he not do it because he's going to lose the money, or does he not do it because this is his lane or this is his pocket and he likes the pocket?
Yeah. Well, personally, I can't pay attention to stream records and all that stuff
because it is inflated too. Yeah,
you can buy hits.
You really can.
Doing this podcast and learning about things, I know you can buy hits. So I'm not going to sit here and say that, he got all these hits, so the album must be hot, because that's not true. I do miss the days when it was actually based on album sales.
Correct.
Manifest would say we sold this many units. Name another music store that used to be open. I can't remember anymore.
Manifest, you had Coconuts. Did y'all have a Coconuts?
We didn't have Coconuts.
Coconuts. You remember the old? Well, I know for people they listen somewhere else, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are y'all talking about?" But remember where the old Verizon building was near the old Best Buy on 29?
Yeah,
that used to be a Coconuts.
Okay,
that was a Coconuts record shop.
Yeah, Coconuts, Sam Goody, Manifest.
Sounds familiar.
Jazz, sounds familiar. All that stuff. So what you sold was based on what they recorded and what they entered. But now it's just like, you go to a company and be like, hey, I want my song to pop up on search engine, so I want to buy 1,000 hits from you.
That's kind of how Macklemore popped.
I still don't understand that shit.
But go ahead. I don't want to talk about him.
Entertaining. Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, I'm just saying. I don't trust streaming, but I feel like, and like I said, I don't think he's afraid to make those moves. And I don't know if he wants to make those moves. It's just he knows what he puts out is going to sell. And I don't even want to sit here and say that he put out an album just to stay relevant, because you can do that with 7 songs. He put out 22.
Yeah, actually, hold on. Did he put out 22? I don't know if I'm looking at Wikipedia. It's like it's 25 on here, but they do some weird deluxe ones depending on your streaming service. So I'm not sure, but we're gonna rock with 22,
25, something like that. So that's not an album you put out just to stay relevant. That's an album you put out to prove a point, to say I still have lyrics, I still have skills, I can rock still, blah blah blah. Because he's been in the game for a while, so you can put "still" in front of his description. I can still rock, blah blah blah, because he's pretty much a veteran right now.
He's been relevant for 10 years now. I think people forgot. He's been out for 10, well, probably more than that, but to be like literally on the radio like every week, every day, he's literally been that prevalent for 10 years. Not many artists can say that, bro.
So what happened?
What happened in what way?
You put all this work into this album, and a lot of people did like it, and a lot of people are just liking it because it's Drake. I like hip hop, I like R&B, I like passion, I like a lot of oomph put into your music. I like to know that there were songs that you didn't put on there because you didn't feel anything.
I got you.
I don't want you to just write something, put it on wax, and then pop it on the album just so you can have 30, 35 tracks on your album. It's not doing anybody any good.
Let me ask you this: how many times did you listen? I don't even consider the R&B side, because I'm not a Drake R&B fan. But the rap one. Go ahead.
I listened to the first 8 songs and I took it out.
Oh, well, okay. So you listen to mostly just the rap stuff. You didn't listen to R&B one. Oh shit! I almost dropped my mic.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't even know there was an R&B side. I thought it was all hip hop.
No, I didn't know that either until I started playing it. I'm just not a fan, so I kind of cut it out in the middle because I started playing in the gym. But if you listen to the album, if you listen to it more than once, you will catch that he had to rewrite either lines or verses, because it's little innuendos, a little small jabs at like Pusha T and Kanye. And there's one where he pretty much raps about it a good chunk of the time, and I'm like, dog, this is a pussy move to make after the dude ripped you or whatever. And then y'all said the beef was done. Don't come out of the album and then talk about it. You can allude to it, be like blah blah blah, but then don't take jabs at them. That's what I didn't like when I heard some of these songs, and I can't remember what song it was, but I remember hearing it because I haven't listened to it since the week it came out. I listened to it like 3 times, Let It Rock, and I'm like, it's okay, but he didn't take no chances.
Yeah. So I mean, sorry, Drake. I want to be a fan. I really do. This album didn't do anything for me. I probably will try to listen to it again. There's some albums albums that have been released that I will never, ever listen to again.
Like what? I'm curious.
The Cardi B album came out, and I can't make myself press play on that again.
Let's say I'm gonna ask you this because I know I'm never gonna listen to that. What's some albums from reputable artists you'll never listen to again, where you were all excited, like, yeah, man, this new album dropped, yeah. Then you listen to like, what the fuck happened?
Like past, present,
past. Let's say 90s, 2000s. Yeah, like something you anticipated, and then it's like this was trash. I know what mine is.
Go ahead. You go first, and
we can bounce off of each other. I know one for me was Electric Circus by Common. Was horrid. I've tried like 15 times to listen to it. All it has is Come Close. That's all I got.
Yeah.
The rest of it's so weird. That's when he was wearing the crochet pants. It's so weird.
Is that right after you started messing with Erica?
Yeah, he was wearing the crochet pants, bro. It was horrible.
As a matter of fact, I love Erykah Badu.
Yes, we all do.
Love her to death.
Yes.
But that last album confused the shit out of me.
You mean that mixtape thing? Tell me the one that did it have Andre 3000 on that flip of like that Isley Brothers song? That one?
I believe so.
I did like that song. I did love that though.
Oh, it was 2015, but you can't use my phone.
Yeah, that's it. I love that song. I love that song where Andre's on it because I love that Isley Brothers song.
Yeah, and I, to be honest with you, I listened to it like twice, and then something happened because I had the CD. So I wanted to give it more opportunities, but something happened, and I lost the CD. So I think I need to revisit it. But from the 2 times that I listened to it, it was too much at that point. So I probably need to go back and listen to it again because I didn't give it its fair shake. But Erica's probably one of my favorite people alive, even though lately she's been saying some things that confuse the shit out of me. But tis what it is.
It is what it is. I'm trying to think of. I did not. Well, a lot of people like this album. I don't know how you feel about it. Kanye 808s and Heartbreaks. That shit does nothing for me.
You want to know a secret? Don't tell anybody else on this podcast.
But okay, yeah, go ahead.
I've never listened to a whole Kanye album.
Really? Yeah. I've never listened to that whole album, but like I couldn't get to it. I'm not a auto-tune person.
Oh, is it just like that? All auto-tune?
Yeah, it's all auto-tune. I don't like that. I could do pieces here and there, but I can't do like all I hear is auto-tune, then some rap, and then it's auto-tune on every song. I can't. That's why I didn't like T-Pain at first, but then like I appreciated him because he's more talented than what I took him credit for because he was writing a lot of other songs too. And I go, okay, he's talented. But
that's why I wish different people were running the music industry because a lot of the stuff that's put out by the really, really talented artists, it's commercial bullshit.
That's true. And then a lot of them are able, and a lot of them, like if you, because of course we do podcasts for a living, but like I listen to podcasts and somebody like T-Pain, like he said, man, I'll have like this great song I'll have for an artist, and then they go, how about you make that song? He's like, but it's not for me. That's because they'll try to make it a hit. And he said with Jive, every time he picked his own songs, they would go to number 1 or number 2, sell millions of records. Every time Jive picked a song, doo-doo did nothing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The labels, the labels are murderers, man. They'll kill your career in a second just to sell a record. You're sitting here thinking everybody has this different opinion of you after this point. And she's like, that's not me, guys. I want you to hear who I am, but I can't.
Sosa's in the building.
What's up, fellas?
Technical difficulties. Let me ask you a question, Sosa.
So
This is one of the questions we just asked. Name an album that you anticipated coming out and was disappointed when you heard it.
recently?
No,
Nah,
don't have to be recently.
not recently. Just in your past. Like Brian's was
That
the
last
Erykah
Erykah
Badu
Badu.
album that came out in 2015.
But you can't.
Mine was
Who?
Erykah Badu came out in 2015.
Right.
Mine was Common's Electric Circus. I think that was 03. That
Oh
shit was
my God. That was Erykah Badu's fucking fault.
Yeah, crochet pants, man. I ain't mad at him at that part. So that's why I wasn't too mad.
And no disrespect to either of them, because I love both of them as artists.
Yeah.
Yo, that's pretty much like a shit sandwich. Because if y'all remember, like Water for Chocolate was the album before that.
Right.
And after that was B.
And B was dope.
Yes. So he literally had classics before trash classic.
Like, I mean, I understand she got that snapper, but damn.
Man, ain't no way I'm gonna be rocking crochet pants and then singing Jimmy is a rock star with Jill Scott. I'm supposed to be rapping.
You get the right one.
I haven't experienced that. Oops, I didn't say that. Oopsie. Sorry, I'm just playing.
So I can only say, and the reason I say recent because it's the most recent one that come to mind. Honestly, the last Wu-Tang, I was very just.
And see, this is the thing. I stopped buying Wu-Tang albums after the double LP. Wu-Tang
They
is
did
Forever.
all right
I
after
think
that,
that's what it was.
but I mean, they never reached the original to me. If we're gonna go deeper, Jay-Z's second one.
Was that wasn't Hard Knock, was it?
Wait, come on, in my lifetime volume 1?
It was whichever one.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I don't.
Oh, we gonna get this right. I'm gonna look it up.
No, wait,
right now.
it was
In my lifetime,
Where
volume
I'm
1 is the
from.
second one because Resident. Not if I say Resident Evil. Reasonable Doubt was the first album.
And I'll tell you why. And Jay,
tell me, I like tracks on that album.
Jay addressed this, and I like maybe his third or fourth album. He said, how am I gonna do Reasonable Doubt again?
You can't.
And not how did he say? He said, how do you expect me to do Reasonable Doubt again and not grow as an artist? Mind you, at the time, I didn't get that. I was like, no, I don't want to hear none of this other shit you got talking. I want to hear the Reasonable Doubt shit.
Yeah.
I get it, but, you know. And then Nas's second one, I was
That's
like.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Did you feel that way about Nas? Yeah.
What are you doing? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I expected him to at least fight Biggie for the title. And he didn't. I don't think he came close. I mean, I understand you got to do commercial, so you got to make money. I think y'all were talking about making money before I got on. I get it, but back in the 90s, that was akin to selling out.
I'm looking. You know what's so funny? The common theme between those albums, they used the Hitmen a lot. And if you know the Hitmen, that's Puffy's people.
Nas used Puffy on that?
Well, he did on something. I'm looking at Jay in my lifetime. It's like a couple of names I know from the Hitmen for sure. Or like
I know Have did some of it.
No, I'm talking about like the writers. So like some of the hooks and stuff, like that's the Hitmen. But like Premier, Puffy, Prestige, Ski, Premier, Stevie J and Buck Wild, Tone and Poke, Big Jazz.
Stevie J had his hand in everything back then, man.
D-Dot. Oh, I love D-Dot though. D-Dot is dope. Yeah.
Can we address? I mean, other than that, I'd like to address something else real quick.
And
it's not serious. It's just kind of sad. It's like if you didn't know Stevie J, you would think, he's a reality fucking he's a clown. He's a reality TV star bum. Like all our OGs are clowns now to the mainstream or the kids. What the fuck? Like, I don't know. It's kind of sad, you know.
It is, but I mean, it's just that's what happens, man. I mean, you get older.
No, it doesn't.
It
Does. Jay looks like a clown.
But think about the image. Exactly.
Clown on the jet skis.
Think about the image these guys were painting when they were younger. You know, it was streets and thugs, and you know, some of them it was drugs and women and blah blah blah. But then you get older and smarter, and you stop doing that, and you start living life, regular life, and that looks corny to kids.
No,
Jay was out having fun with his family.
Cool on jet skis. You don't have to look like a paraplegic on jet skis.
Jay is 45 years old. He
so
can't do that.
I'll be 43. Anymore. I promise you, I'm not going to put
Jay's
a
like
40,
40,
helmet on.
Jay's like 48,
46,
49,
47,
somewhere up there. Yeah,
he's up there. Because he was like.
And that was probably just a split second too. It was probably right after he did that. He was back to Jigga Jay, the man.
No, it wasn't, because I seen something where he was riding a bicycle, and he just looked weird, and his legs looked like you've never done Taibo, and
like when he was throwing that football.
Dude, what are you doing? Just stop.
Yeah. Or remember the
50 throwing out the first pitch and hitting the first base. What are you doing?
You remember they released the pictures that him and Beyonce took, and he was in bed with Beyonce, and I thought it was a Photoshop. I was like,
she looked good, and he looked out of place.
That can't be Jay's body. What the hell?
Jay got saggy.
But the man has 3 kids.
I get it. He was breastfeeding. I understand. It happens.
Shut the fuck up.
It's just our OGs got the guys. 2 things are happening. They're dying naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones you either live long enough to be a clown or you die a hero or whatever. It's just this was happening, and that's kind of sad. Because shit, I'm not a big Jay fan. I'm not a big Jay fan. But I respect them.
And then imagine you got to run up to these little kids, be like, quit clowning Jay-Z when he was your age.
I'm never going to say that.
That makes you look
right. I never wanted to be the old guy.
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted to be Dr. J. When I was playing and blah, blah, shut the fuck up. And now these kids are saying the same shit. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So.
It is what it is. Jay let life catch up with him, man.
But yeah, Nas.
I'm happy for the man. I mean,
I'm dude. You're sitting on. He can buy a fucking professional team.
Yeah.
Not outright. He has to have investors, but I mean that's nothing to sneeze at.
He is one of the few people that I do admire because you know he came from the start, like the beginning. He walked someplace and said, "Hey, can I have a job?" That's where he started at.
No, he gave you money. He said, play my shit and I'll pay you money.
No, but he started from the bottom.
Right, that's what I'm getting at. Like,
yeah,
if you ever listen to how he got on the radio, he handed, I don't remember if it was Red Alert or I forgot who he was. He handed him a bag of money.
Yeah,
put my shit on the radio, and it's like that's not how we do things.
Payola,
but yeah, he started from the bottom. Yeah, I get it. Fuck you, Drake. By the way.
See, told you.
Yeah, I'm so happy we got our Drake conversation out of the way before you got here.
Hey, you know what? I don't respect them. I don't respect. Like you write your own shit. No, I'm sorry. You don't write your own shit. You know, we didn't do nothing at work today. Sorry, taxpayers. We didn't do shit. So we were watching Wimbledon. Serena was playing. Why his bum ass sit in front row? She don't want you. You're not a tennis fucking fan. You can't fucking you can't say you're a tennis fan. Get the fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. So fuck Drake. I never liked him. I never respected him. I was like,
so let me ask you, when there's somebody you don't like or respect, do you give their music a chance? Like if they come out with an album, do you say, I don't like this dude, but you know, he might be doing a little something with his music. Let me see if there's something appealing, if there's a reason why everybody's pining for this guy.
Not recently. I can honestly say not recently. When Drake was popping, 10 years ago? 8 years ago? I listened to some of it and I was like, all right, you're just this generation's LL. That's what I equated them to.
That's a good comparison.
You know, all your fans wear heels. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
But you're not hip hop. And don't say you're hip hop. I mean, you're an artist. Great. You're puffy. Fine. If you're puffy, good. But I don't remember if because I don't follow him. I don't remember if he's ever said I'm the greatest. I know LL did. And I was like, no, your writers are probably the greatest. You're not. But, you know, and to be full disclosure, I was a LL Cool J fan his first 3 albums. I was like, yo, you can't fuck with L. Don't get the fuck out of here. And I was a Cool Mo D fan, but I was like, yo, just Cool Mo D, just call it a day. You lost. Chill out. Go relax. But after that, I was like, nah, you're changing. And to my young ears, you don't sound like you did. And it's not growth as an artist, it's something else. And I was like, oh, you sold the fuck out.
Yeah.
I understand ladies love Cool James. I get it.
Yeah.
But you weren't always talking like that in the first 3 albums.
See, the thing with LL's career, the hard thing about his career was when he started, hip hop was in a place. It was solidified, it was brick, it was mortar, it was there. But he had to try to stay relevant through the transition.
I get all that.
Yeah, I'm not taking up for
him.
But he had to try to stay relevant through the transition. So there was a time in hip hop, there was this little era in hip hop where everybody was doing every single kind of genre you could think of.
Oh my God.
So nobody could really put a foundation on anything. Because you had the Hotep guys, you know, you had thug hip hop out, you know, you had party hip hop out. You had the guys that were still trying to do old school hip hop, and it was all at one time. I think at one point it was probably 20-25 MCs all out at one time. You know,
and the majority of them were dope.
Yeah. I give them that. The majority of them, because at the same time you still had to sit down and write lyrics.
Right.
And you'd go to the studio with a notebook that was all tattered and torn because you had a book full of lyrics. So that was LL's. I'm not gonna say it was his downfall because he's still probably one of the greatest, in my opinion, just because he stayed relevant this long and people still say his name and know what he does. Little kids still know LL rap
because he's on NCSI or whatever the fuck that shit.
NCIS, you
whatever, man. I'm
NCSI.
Whatever. I'm just.
I'll
saying,
give you this though. What, like them or hate them, these guys out now rapping, you won't be able to say their name in 20 years like you can do LL.
You won't. But again, why is LL relevant? Because he's on TV, not because of his music. What was that head rung shit, dude? I wiped my nuts with that shit. That was
like I said, there
trash.
was a little time when it was just confusing because he had headsprung. That was I kind of like this.
But let's look at
sharks, what is it? The shark's fin shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Deepest blue as my head is like a shark's fin.
Suck my. That shit gives you epilepsy, man. Listen, so Jay said it. He's like, no disrespect to Roots, but I can't do their numbers. And he's not relevant musically no more. Because when Beyonce put that shit out, then nobody want to hear that shit. Everybody, you heard it across Twitter and Instagram. I don't want to hear fuck. He sound like Courage the Cowardly Dog type shit.
I heard somebody say it, and I didn't want to hear it just because they said it, so I sped past it.
Right. So, but then you take the Roots into account. The Roots are musically still relevant.
Yeah.
They paid their dues. They didn't sell their soul. And now they're reaping the rewards.
Mm-hmm.
Nas, he sold it a little bit and then he came back. That Uchiwali shit was hot trash.
And that was that transition. That was that.
And when he came to Stillmatic, and then he came back.
That was my senior year of high school. Boy, music was weird then.
Yo,
it was weird because nobody knew what hip hop was supposed to be. Nobody knew where it was going. So everybody was trying to reinvent it and then hold on to it at the same time.
It was weird. Volume 3 was out. And then I remember Stankonia dropped the same, I think the same week, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't stand Bombs Over Baghdad. Bombs Over Baghdad.
I did not like it at first, but now I love it.
I was in college when that,
because that's all you heard on the radio. That's it.
Yeah.
And I was in Hawaii at the time. And yo, them Hawaiian people, they love that shit. Rosa Parks and Bombs Over Baghdad was playing for like 3 years straight.
Outkast, I think Outkast is probably the greatest at putting out what they need to put out in order for you to buy their album and hear the real shit.
I can't argue that, but I can't
like that commercial shit hooks you. You buy the album and realize these motherfuckers got some real shit on this album.
I can almost say that for a couple others, but as of right now, you're right. I think they're probably the greatest at doing that. I can't think of anybody else right now, but I'm sure there had to be some. But yeah, I mean, when they did that, they did a concert in Hawaii, right there on Oahu, and man, they had that little place jumping. Them Samoan and Hawaiian motherfuckers loved them some motherfuckers out
I can being there, a bunch of 7 feet, 450-pound muscle dudes. Just
yeah, when you go into the club, you had to go deep because they were deep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was watching the Stretch and Bobbito documentary the other day. And I think Stretch said about 97, 98, he stopped feeling the music.
Who?
And I can agree with that because
who said that?
Stretch Armstrong.
Okay.
I can agree with that.
Buster talks about him a lot.
Yeah.
Because I came on about 84, and it was party music. But I really picked up maybe 86, 87. So from 86 to 98 was where I was on it. I knew when it was coming out. I could tell you A, B, and C, producers, DJs, whatever. Spit the lyrics.
That's because we had forums and we had ways to find out. Everybody bought a Source magazine to find out what was coming out. There was commercials to find out what was coming out. There were TV shows that showed music videos. I don't know who has an album coming out anymore. Not until I hear somebody say something about it.
In 85, 86, there wasn't no Source. There wasn't shit, to be honest with you. It was, my man work at San Goody, or my man work at Coconuts.
Yeah.
Hey, hook me up. Let me know when something's coming out. And, of course, they had the little list and whatever. I mean, kids nowadays, they got it made. But at the same time, we don't. I didn't realize Nas dropped the album on a Friday. When the fuck do you drop albums on Friday?
Been a long. Well, now they're dropping on Fridays.
Right now.
It's not Tuesday anymore. That changed about 3-4 years ago, yeah.
But when you're fucking stuck in the 90s, like some people like me, it's like, what are you doing? So, I was all fucked up. But and I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't want to be the old guy. I want to grow. But some of this shit is just, I can't fuck with you, Yachty. I can't fuck with you. The one dude that just recently passed, I can't fuck with his music. I'm 6'9", I can't fuck with you. So Drake, I definitely not touching you. So I guess I can say if I don't like or respect you, I'm not touching your music. I'm not even gonna stream this shit.
I understand that. I try to give people or artists the benefit of the doubt. There's some people I'm just not going to listen to. Like you said, these new cats, Yachty, 6ix9ine, all those guys. I'm not even going to waste my time because I already know that the album is going to sound like the song they put out on the radio. It's all going to be commercial, and it's all going to be just a bunch of bullshit.
And there's some people from our generation that I'm not going to listen to either. I love Quick. I love his first album. After that, it's like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to that shit no more.
Yeah.
So when he came out with something, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to buy that. So I'm prejudiced to everybody. It's not just, oh, he's from the 90s, so I'm gonna fuck with him. No, it's not like that.
And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. And it's not just saying, you know, if you're from the 90s, I'm gonna fuck with you, but a lot of people got this group mentality to think that just because you're with a certain camp, just because you're from a certain era, or area, or just because everybody else likes you, I'm gonna buy your shit too.
No.
And that's when you make a lot of people famous that shouldn't be famous.
Nah. You got a big problem with Cardi B, and I get it. But I mean,
I was waiting for the butt here.
Can't knock the hustle. Can't knock the hustle.
What?
She came up as a stripper, got her what's it called? Got her bones on reality TV shows.
You know what? And I'm gonna give her that. I'm gonna give her that.
And then now she's fucking with. And I'm not. It's not my opinion, but she's fucking with one of the dudes, right? One of the hottest dudes.
Nah, it's Offset.
You know, whatever. It's one of them bums. But I mean, they're hot right now. They popping.
Yeah, they are.
But you know what?
Hopefully, they're smart and they put their money away so that baby is not like, why we bankrupt. So
that baby gonna be half Asian. But the thing is,
like Tristan Thompson's kid,
man,
that baby
is that bodyguard's baby. It don't look nothing like him.
You remember that song? You remember that song? That baby don't look like me. I
don't understand why we give those people attention at all.
I'm not knocking Cardi B's hustle because I know she had to start somewhere to get where she is. But I do have the right to not like the music. And I don't
respect her as an artist.
Yeah, I don't like the music. I can't get with what she raps. I can't, and I won't. There are a lot of very, very talented female MCs, and I think I had this conversation with somebody else, and it's probably going to bring us into another subject. Why can't there be more than one female MC on top?
Oh, we talked about we talked about that recently.
It always seems like it's one, and then somebody else will come, and then there'll be this imaginary beef created, and then one of them will disappear or take second fiddle.
I don't think Lil' Kim disappeared. I just think she got more plastic surgery, and people forgot what she looked like.
That's true. But at the same time, it's like people go like, Nicki was on top, Nicki this, Nicki that. And I forgot. Somebody retweeted or favorited what I said. I'm trying to find what somebody said about Nicki a couple of days back.
And she's trash.
Because it made sense. She's
always been trash.
Oh, here's what it said. Somebody had here was the tweet. Quick question. Why do some of y'all dislike Nicki Minaj so much? And somebody said, don't hate her, but the quality of her music don't match her bravado, and it's annoying.
And there you go.
Because she's like my age
that she did 10 years ago.
Yeah, thank you. And she's like my age making these songs that like a 18 or a 16-year-old listen to. And I'm like, I get it, but like it's all about growth. Like if you don't move at all, you're literally just spinning in circles, and then people just won't listen. And that's where they're at right now.
Here's the thing, and this is what's happening. The female MC, the female rapper, there's never been anybody able to put a blueprint down on how to grow in female hip hop.
Yeah.
There's never been. I mean, they've been pushed out, and the beef started, and then somebody would fizzle out. So there's never been anybody to be like, hey, look, this is what you do when you're a female MC, follow this blueprint, blah, blah, blah. Because we've always had dudes doing it, and you know how you see the different avenues you can go down. But with female MCs, there's never been that.
They're going to stay limited, though. They're always going to stay. I forgot what show we talked about that on, but it's just how it is. I mean, Bahamadia should have blown up.
She should still be relevant.
She should still be relevant. She should not. She should. I don't know how many albums she had. All I know is of one. She should have been on more than the fucking album. Mm-hmm. I wish the Roots would have done more with her because they came out right around the same and not fucking Philly, you know. Mm-hmm. You had and it's always been like that. Funky 4+1. She was, I think it was Shot Rock. I forgot the name.
Oh Jesus Christ, Sosa.
But it was always just one, and then Roxanne Shante came out. Real Roxanne came out. Mm-hmm. Then MC Light, and then like Moni Love, Queen Latifah, and like another, I forgot who else, but it was like it's always one after another. And you're right, for whatever reason, why can't we have more female rappers? I don't understand.
It's almost like female hip hop was born on shaky ground. And it's always going to be drama with it because of the foundation is so shaky and so fragile.
I don't get it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
I mean, you get the ones who sneak through.
There's dozens of fucking female singers, but rappers, nah.
Yeah, and even female R&B is taking a blow, man. We had groups in the 90s. Amazing groups in the 90s.
I can't tell you anybody. I can't name a group right now.
From the 90s?
No, from right now.
Oh yeah, there are none.
Are there any singers? Is Chris Brown still doing anything? Because he had a concert last night.
Kind of said female, but
he's a bitch, but still.
I was like, did I miss something? I know I looked down.
You just call Chris Brown a female?
Yeah, he's a bitch.
He'll never be on this show. Thanks a lot, Sosa.
I don't give a fuck.
Somebody will call us when they be like, "We like to syndicate you guys," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay, we can do that.
Can we get Mr. Brown?" Here he has an album coming.
You heard this shit.
Let me cut your hair for you with a lighter.
Oh God!
But no, I mean, to be honest with you, we had groups in the 90s. That was the thing in the 90s. Look, Black, Brownstone, Escape, In Vogue. Who?
SWV.
I like Cut Close.
Cut Close was the shit.
See, exactly.
Total.
Cut Close to the Extreme. As Yet. These dudes were the shit.
Flowetry.
A lot of people didn't like As Yet because they hit like right.
Flowetry was like 02, right?
Yeah.
Oh, was that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was way later.
And people, I guess, and I blame all this on labels and people who actually control hip hop and R&B.
Leo Cohen.
Because there are people who don't know the culture. They may know, how to make commercial music, but they don't know what flows through the heartbeat and the veins of our people. So they don't know what we want. They don't know what we want to hear. So they're just going to keep following this blueprint. And that's why we have no female MCs. We got 3 at a time, and they're all in pecking order. They're not all on top. They're all in pecking order. It's going to be the queen, and it's going to be one, and it's going to be this other one that's just kind of lingering and putting out shit when she wants to put out shit.
The last time there was 2 at one time was Foxy and Lil Kim.
Yep. And then what did they do?
Last time.
What did they do? They planted them.
Beef.
They put them against each other, and they probably didn't even have beef.
No, I bet you they did.
Yo, even their crews had beef. It was like, I write, Jay-Z write for me, Biggie write for you. Oh, okay. What the fuck? I don't know. Yeah, they pitted them against each other.
Mm-hmm. We should have way more control over our music, man. Even if it's not us actually owning the labels. Being that we're purchasing the music and we're listening to it, that should have some sort of wave or some kind of impact in what's listened to and what's put out. I don't see how we don't control that at all. Because to be honest with you, think about it. If we had control over what was listened to, we'd still be listening to 90s hip hop and R&B. Those people would still be making albums.
Yeah, because everybody's swagger jacking them now. I know we probably talked about it enough, but everything is coming from that. And like
3 songs played on the radio.
Yeah.
3 songs played on the radio the other day, and it was all sampled from 90s hip hop and R&B.
Yeah. And it's like, I know I've mentioned Ty Dolla $ign, and I think he's talented, but everything I see the blueprint, maybe they're asking him to do this, but everything is just, all right, let me sample this song from the 90s. I'm pretty much going to use the hook and sing it verbatim, and then it's going to use the beat. And I'm like, it's the same thing I keep hearing.
Is that Ty Dolla with the I know you want to love, I know you want to touch? Is that him? Song
I know you talk. Wait, I don't think so. Don't make me lie, because I hear he be having tons of songs I don't even know exist. I mean, he's all right.
I can't speak on music right now.
But somebody sampled Avant. Like that shit was
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Speaking of Ty Dolla $ign, did you know he was like one of those little backup dancers in Immature?
No,
like dead ass. Like it just got revealed. Marcus Houston said it in an interview, and then they
I
went to Arsenio
again. Like later IMX.
Huh?
Like IMX Immature or Immature?
No, Immature. Like when they were like really young, like before like they pop. Yeah. Like when they were on he wasn't on it, but like when they popped up on like a different world Immature, like a long time ago. Like they came on Arsenio and they had these 2 random dudes who were kind of in the group but not introduced them. And then they went to the back like they were fake playing the drums and stuff. Ty Dolla $ign was one of them.
What?
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Yeah. And it confirmed. I thought it was BS, but it was confirmed.
I saw Immature perform at a hair show in Atlanta. I went to it with my aunt. I went with my aunt. It was like the Bronx Brothers thing.
I was like, say, I know you ain't bought no goddamn tickets.
No. And they sung "I Will Never Lie Again."
Did y'all get free do-rags? Free Dax.
You stupid.
Pink oil moisturizer.
I had the shaved sides with the braids hanging down, brother. So I didn't need none of that.
You were a hoodlum.
Bro, I had everything.
Thug.
Your parents let you run around behind them looking like
she braided my hair. My mom braided my hair.
Oh God, I'll just messing with you.
Hey, so back to Brian's point. You said that we should control our music. We did.
You would.
We
what
fucked
happened?
It up. Well, I'll tell you what happened.
What do you mean, like Motown?
Motown, they fucked that up. Def Jam, somebody fucked that up. Death Row, somebody fucked that up.
Well, Death Row was ran a lot differently than the rest of the ones we made.
Yeah, Death Row was kind of different.
No, listen. If Suge would have, if he wouldn't have pissed off the right people, he would not be in the predicament he in right now. If he would have left well enough alone, if he would have been, all right, you know what? I'm this old gangster shit. Got money. I got all of these motherfuckers masters. Fuck it. We're good.
Yeah, he'd have been in Jay-Z's spot.
That's 3 examples. That's 3 examples of how we fucked it up.
It was greed and the wrong people in the right place. But the way I feel, there should be a meter that says these guys are not listening to so and so, or these guys are not feeling so and so. So we're gonna yank them. But it's not. It's just like
money.
It's just
money
like we want. It's almost like we want them to sway this way, so we're gonna take control and put these people out. These people who are rapping now should not be on the radio.
You're right.
And I don't think there's anybody who's going to disagree with me. Even the people that like them are like, I don't know why they're out, but they're out, so I'm going to do their dance.
I don't. So, conspiracy theorists, because you are one.
I am.
So, you know how they got, you go on YouTube and you listen to these weird dudes, and sometimes it makes sense. Like, they do some kind of gay ritual, and there's your stardom.
Ugh.
Don't you think maybe that's got something to do with it? I don't know.
Ugh.
You think there's some sort of supernatural shit happening?
Nah, I didn't say that. I didn't say no supernatural.
You just said ritual.
Yeah, motherfucker. Ritual could be anything.
Go ahead.
I could
So you think? So let me. Okay, let's come back. All right. So you're saying that there's some sort of like thing you do.
I'm not going to say the name, but
I know.
Okay.
but it solidifies your place on the radio, guaranteed money. Yes. I do believe that.
Damn, Rihanna's doing a lot of stuff out here then.
I need her to do something for me.
Good God.
We'll do some rituals.
Rihanna, I can make you famous.
Okay, Billy the Kid.
No, I can't.
Oh God.
I don't know. I mean, like there's some you can I just feel like you could look across the history and look at who sold their soul. You're like,
listen, man, they know
you really weren't that dope. You were all right.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get that push in the machine behind them. You mean
all of us, right? Yeah. Then all of a sudden, you
selling out stadiums and shit. Yes, I believe that. There's a belief. I believe there's a belief in place that knows we have a power. And in order to control, I lost the train of thought I was trying to make. There's power in our music, there's power in our passion, and there's power in the things that we do. So somebody figured out how to harness that. And all they need is somebody weak-minded enough to buy the bullshit they're selling. So that's why you have these guys that are famous now, because they're weak.
I blame Soulja Boy.
I think I go farther back than Soulja Boy. I blame No Limit.
Well, no, I blame No Limit for bullshit music, but
because they kept putting out shit damn near every week, and it was
annoying. If you went to Sam Goody, No Limit had a whole section. Like they shit wasn't even in alphabetical order. It was like A, B, C, D, Mia X, Master P, Soulja Boy. I was like, who the fuck are these people?
When I say blame Soulja Boy, as far as I know, he was the first one who used the internet to get hot.
I'll give you that, because I mean, even No Limit, you don't have to like him, but
I don't like him, but I gotta respect him.
He was still controlling the shit. Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna put this money out. We're gonna put these bullshit graphics on the fucking CD
with diamonds.
Put it out.
Diamonds. I need a lot more diamonds than that.
Oh my God.
Put more diamonds on that.
Everybody, even Chris Rock, put a fucking album out with that bullshit on it.
Oh, okay. You asked me the question earlier, Jonathan. What album was I disappointed when I bought it? I was a Snoop fan. Remember when you said what album did you buy when you bought
The
it?
Last Meal?
Yeah. Or Dogfather, whatever. Was it The Last Meal?
Dogfather.
No Limit album?
One of them.
I was so disappointed in that shit, man.
That hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings.
Motherfucker, man.
Listen, you got to understand, the first album I ever bought, the first CD I ever bought was Snoop Doggy Dogg Doggy Style.
Okay.
That was the first album. So for him to be the foundation of my hip hop admiration, my love for rap, to sell out and then put out bullshit hurt me. So I bought the album just to see if it was still Snoop, and it wasn't.
Nope.
And he hadn't been Snoop since then. Now he's Snoop lying and doing all this other shit and game shows. And I blame No Limit for that, because they
gospel music.
Yeah, he has a gospel.
This motherfucker singing about Jesus.
I'm not gonna sit here and say people can't change.
No, you can change, but that's not hip hop. I don't want to hear no gospel gangsters.
Is he still? Well, never mind. I don't know.
I'm with you. The last time Snoop was Snoop to me was Murder Was the Case.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that shit was good. That shit,
right? Exactly.
I remember listening to that on the bus. Man, we used to kill that. Oh my god!
But you know what? That's the last time Dre had his hands on anything Snoop.
That's true.
Dre got that magic touch, and I mean, when the game came out, nobody gave a fuck, and then Dre touched some shit, and then all of a sudden, everybody on the game.
He got the Midas touch. He's almost like the Oprah of hip hop. If you want something to succeed, let Dre touch it.
Except for The Firm, that was his only bust.
You didn't like The Firm?
No.
I think
They
at that
had
time,
bright spots.
The Firm could have been so much
They
better. It had the
bright
setup to
spots.
be excellent, but it
the
didn't go the right
firm,
way.
the firm
They
opened
needed
up.
someone from New York to do those beats.
The firm
Period.
opened up an opportunity for record labels to put out group albums.
Yeah, super groups.
Because I even think what was Buster's thing? Flip mode. That's when I think Flip Mode came out after the Firm album.
No, before.
Flip Mode Squad album?
Yeah, that was before.
It was before the Firm?
That. Damn. The Firm debuted at #1 on the Billboard Top 200. I did not remember that because the album did not hit. October of 97.
96.
All right,
97.
Flip Mode, because I remember that album, and I probably
was freshman.
No, you know what? I'm sorry. You're right. He was yelling Flip Mode early on, but yeah,
he's been yelling Flip Mode for a while, but
you're right. It was like 98, maybe.
Do y'all think because Dre did a lot of that stuff, we were looking for East Coast stuff, that album flopped? Because he did most of this album.
Yeah, that's exactly.
The Imperial was 98.
Primo should have did it, or
because that poking Tone and Poke.
I can't stand the motherfuckers.
There you go. There you go. You got it. He did a lot. They did a lot of stuff with like R. Kelly that to me was like R. Kelly's horrible stuff before he got uber creepy.
Yeah,
Trash
R. Kelly
Masters.
early shit was hit and miss.
Yeah,
Trash
and it was a lot
Masters.
of that stuff, that upbeat stuff. I'm like, nigga, we need like Half on the Baby type stuff. We don't need this song.
But to be honest with you, with R, I would much rather listen to that than that step shit that he been putting out. I can't stand that shit. Yeah, the whole step dance thing.
Yeah, I don't like that. Step in the Name of Love, when he went in that rave where he was doing all those type of songs, I'm not into that either.
All the what you call it, barbecue cookout songs.
Because
it's nice to
you don't
dance
own a
to,
linen
though.
suit. That's why you don't like it. You don't own a nice big ass linen suit. That's why.
The long suit with the hat that match.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I will. I think you get one when you hit 40.
With some Stacey Adams. Sosa got one on deck.
Shit.
Sosa got one. He ain't want to put it on though.
No.
He wore a hoodie instead.
Yo,
Yeah, it's like,
my girl trying to change me. This is
change me
little by little.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do to keep the women happy.
Right.
You know, she knows who you are, and that's the thing, man. If you can find somebody who knew who you were before you met them, and they don't care or don't want to change you, then you found a good person.
That was the big thing to me. Somebody who accepts me and understands.
I was watching this clip on Facebook before we started the podcast about this guy. He was probably one of the biggest plastic surgeons in California. He's a black guy. And he met this woman who came in to have a vagioplasty. She had something done to her snooker. So he said, can I redo you? Like he redid her whole body and created a woman he wanted. I think that is probably the extreme of being with somebody who you don't need to be with.
That is, because it's all about the soul. I know it's about to sound deep, but like all that stuff matter. We've all done with people we probably never thought we'd be with. That's too much. You see beyond that. You see beyond what you just attracted to. You see the person.
Yeah, exactly. So
go ahead.
Since we don't get into relationship shit. So our mutual guy.
Make it general.
Yeah, we ain't putting people out there in these streets.
No. Our mutual guy.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about. He didn't.
I don't have a weed guy, so I don't know what you're referring to.
Neither do I.
No, just go.
So he's going through something. He thought she was the one, engagement, whatever. Apparently she's not. You all want to do what you want to do. The heart does not go, the heart is nothing illogical. Any matters of the heart, it's never logical. So he's going through it, and we all made mistakes,
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's saying he made a mistake. He didn't make a mistake. He thought she was the one. He thought wrong, but that's not because he made a mistake. It's because she fucked up.
And that's
nothing to be embarrassed about. People be embarrassed. They be like, "Oh, I picked the wrong guy, or I picked the wrong girl." Yo, it happens. What the fuck? Everybody's been through it.
The last thing you want to do in a situation like that, if you ever get out, is associate that part of your life with a mistake. Because you're going to feel bad, or you're going to feel regretful, and you're going to feel horrible that you feel like you wasted your time.
Right.
I've never thought of anybody as a mistake.
Absolutely not.
Things as a lesson, and there are people that I've been with that I'm not with anymore that I still love to this day. It was just bad timing. It was a bad decision. It was never a mistake, because it wasn't a mistake when I was with them. It wasn't a mistake when I was courting them. It wasn't a mistake when I was laying them down.
Wait, what?
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm talking about.
Lay them down, drag them out.
Lay them down, feed them to the mattress.
I'm a little different. Because I can name of two mistakes.
Oh God!
No, you can't think of it as a mistake, though.
Fuck, I can't.
Dog, it's growth. It is growth.
I learned that they were a mistake. Yeah, that's a waste of time.
No. Let me ask this, Sosa. Has a woman not shown you something about yourself? You learn like, damn, I need to change this, or I need to work on this.
Has all
like
women
those mistakes that you claim? None of those women did that for you.
Those two women didn't do shit.
You can't.
Oh my!
You're gonna do what you want to do, and I'm not sitting here trying to change your heart or your mind. But listen, I don't think you could think of somebody as a mistake.
Okay, so we did this exercise. Me and my girlfriend did this exercise, and she said, "Okay, I want you to think about your exes and give me one good thing from each of them."
Oh, shit.
I said,
"That's
okay."
Easy to me. That was hard for you, Sosa?
Yeah, because. Okay, so the one, what did you guys do? Well, when we went on a trip to here, she fucked it up. It was always something. She do anything good? I said she gave head good, and up until that point, she was my number one. But then after that, she's not my number 5 anymore. And Chicky was like, "What the fuck?" She was a waste. It was 2 years waste of time.
So, why were you there then?
Exactly. That's the mistake, and that's the double mistake. So you not only pick the wrong person, then you got to stick with them.
She didn't have food ready when you got home, or nothing.
That bitch didn't cook.
Tell me this. After it was all said and done, did you not have a better understanding of what you wanted in a woman?
I like that.
Fuck you, Brian.
Okay,
come through.
So here's the thing.
It's a lesson.
By the time I got to her, I was already. She pretty much did the same thing the two before her did. So the one I'm thinking about. So it was like I already knew I didn't want that.
Yeah.
That's why it's a waste of time. I already know I don't want a hypocrite. I already know I don't want a liar.
Well, you didn't know she was a hypocrite and a liar before you got with her.
No, I learned that later. But fuck, we could have learned that shit on Facebook. I didn't have to fucking spend time with you to learn that shit. That's why I say waste of time. Yeah, she really didn't. There was really nothing.
Jesus. You learned about yourself. If you didn't learn anything from her, you learned what you could tolerate.
Smart. I'm not that deep. I'm not gonna be like, oh, let's do self-awareness training. I don't do that shit with myself. I'm the
opposite. See, I'm the opposite of you.
Fuck. I'm simple as fuck.
I think a lot.
I don't think because I just do.
Oh, we know. You just respond. We're well aware.
Right. I want to be just as surprised as you when I do what I'm gonna do.
All I'm saying is you can't go through life associating certain situations and certain people with mistakes and wasted time. There's no such thing as wasted time.
No.
People
There's
like
just-
you also say it takes a lot of energy to hate. That shit is easy to me.
No, it does take a lot of energy.
It does. I can say that
It's
wholeheartedly.
easy to me. That's what I'm getting at. I'm not.
You know what's easier? You know what's easier? Moving the fuck on.
Yeah, but if they happen to walk past, I still hate you. I mean,
Jesus.
they don't all that killing with kindness shit. That shit don't work on me.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, bitch, how you? Okay.
With that whole kill 'em with kindness thing. I'm kind of
That
done
shit
with
don't
that
work
with the whole
That shit
MAGA
don't work
shit.
on me. Hey, and speaking of this killing with kindness, I'm sorry. I got AD something.
Yep, you sure do.
So have you guys talked about all these people that are popping up with get out of my pool shit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I saw one today. Another one today.
They're the people who are filming are so nice. I hope this goes viral. If you see me and you start recording me and I'm about to flip, I'm gonna turn to you and say, turn the camera off, please. I'm about to fucking do some ignorant shit.
And you know what they're gonna do.
Yo, they're so
Ultra 4K.
they're so nice. And I mean, T and Shade is getting people fired left and right.
Yeah,
and I
but
love
listen,
them for it.
you remember we talked about this earlier, and I told you what's happening. They don't care. The point of this whole thing is to make you uncomfortable about living your normal life. Now, anytime you go anywhere like the pool, the grocery store, the train station, anywhere you go, you're going to be apprehensive about being there because you think somebody's going to come up to you and ask you to leave, and you have to go through this whole thing. You're going to have to record it and then get somebody fired, and then you're all online and all this shit. So this is a concentrated effort on making you uncomfortable, and it's working. It's working.
No, it's not.
Because anytime I'm somewhere, I'm like, damn, is something going to happen to where somebody's going to come up to me and tell me to leave? I know no dude's going to do it because dudes get fucked up. It's going to be a female. And I'm saying it with a straight face. Dude's going to get fucked up. So it's going to be, whether it's me, you, Jonathan, Rich, anybody. It's not going to be a guy that comes up to you. The guys confront the women. Look at the videos. Look at the videos.
I'm going to look, and I'm going to verbally assault the fat bitch who comes to me.
You can't touch a female because
I'm not going to touch her. I said verbally.
And then at that point, you're still abusive.
I don't care.
It's all calculated. It's all calculated. There's never going to be a dude that's going to confront a woman, just like in the park. The dude was confronting a female. Did you see the Puerto Rican shirt thing?
Yeah.
Yo, that cop was a piece of shit.
Yeah, he was like so lackadaisical and just doing nothing.
That dude right now is under investigation. And that's CPD. Fuck that motherfucker right there. Because he saw the whole thing ain't do shit.
Yeah. And that's the shit I'm talking about. That is the shit I'm talking about.
We gotta want it more than they want to take it from us. That's bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
The whole B&B shit. Apparently there was 2 dudes who went through the same shit and they started. I don't know the name of it, but kudos. But we gotta want it more than they want to take it from us. Period. It just amazes me how they're being so calm,
nonchalant about it, because like I said, they don't care. They don't care.
No, I'm talking about the people filming. They're so calm about it. It's just like I'm drop of a hat. I don't fucking care.
You jerk off in a hat. What'd you say?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I do that too, but
okay.
That's not what I said.
True.
Motherfucker.
The thing, Bert, when you said it, it sounded like you said I jerk off in a hat. I was like, why are you jerking off in a hat?
Socks ain't cool no more.
In the empty McDonald apple pie box.
All right, guys. All right.
Jesus. But no, it just amazes me how cool and collected they are, but at the same time, this shit is getting old, man.
It's getting old, and it's gonna start. It's gonna start.
And then school's gonna start up again. These motherfuckers
people.
gonna start shooting up schools again. What
Shut
the
up.
fuck?
Yeah, that's the scary part.
Right. Yeah,
that's the scary part. And then what? And then what? What is this?
I don't know, but I hear noise on your end.
Voiceover session.
Angel Dust, Pornhub.
Turn that porn tab off, sir.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was Sosa. I thought I.
Oh no, I'm watching Waiting. Sorry.
Waiting.
Oh, are you watching it again?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I remember you when you hadn't saw it, and I told you to watch it.
Yo, that shit hilarious. But
anyway, yeah, it's just one of those things you have to be careful because, like I said, it's just too much happening at one time for it not to be calculated.
Yeah. And then
if somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, I need you to do me a favor. I want you to go over here, and I want you to do this to these people, and you're going to lose your job, okay? But we will take care of you for at least a year until all this blows over, and then you can start your job right back up."
That sounds plausible.
Why not?
I don't trust the evil guard. Nope, don't do it. Mm-hmm. They'll drop you like a bad habit and say "fuck you."
Oh, when it's exposed, all these people are going to be
pushed our agenda across, and they drop you.
Yeah, when it's exposed, all these people they're gonna feel real stupid. But
you know what's really bad?
When
you run into these motherfuckers on vacation. That's when it's really bad.
What you mean?
I know, Brian, you hadn't, and great. I ran into this one old man. It was my 40th birthday. We went on a cruise. Me and the family went on a cruise to the Bahamas. Me and the kids went on an excursion. We went from the cruise ship to Atlantis. On the way back, we had to take a bus. So I'm sitting next to this old man, white dude, like 60, whatever, 80. I don't know. He looks half dead. He might have been 40 the way they age.
Those are not my comments.
The comments expressed here on the are not those that of Brian Leonard
or of Jonathan. Not at all.
Jonathan. Go ahead.
It might not have been my opinion either, but whatever.
Hey. Huh?
And 3 years ago, like they were in the middle of they was about to have a run. Like, they had big games coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, y'all got a big week coming up, man. We started talking back and forth. He was like, "So you going back to the cruise?" I said, "Yeah." "You're American?" And I was like, "Yeah." "So you speak good English?"
The fuck?
Yeah.
Yo, I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm fucking American." The whole bus said,
because those were your exact words, and I believe it.
Yeah, because I've seen you do.
And my kids were at the front. Somehow I got stuck in the back, but my kids were in the front. And my kids was like, but I didn't say it loud. It just happened to be like that real, just all of a sudden it's just quiet. And I was like, well, thanks God. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now so everybody can hear. And I didn't say it loud. I just spoke it. Mm-hmm. And everybody was like, and that was the end of the ride. Everybody was quiet the rest of the ride.
What the hell?
It just your luck. I'm very happy to say that when you went away recently, that you didn't encounter that.
I did not. I didn't, and I wanted to, but I didn't. But what the hell happened within the last few years that made people? What's the word I'm looking for? Experts.
There was
on what's American. Like what program did they watch, or what book did they read?
They don't read. What?
To make them experts on what's supposed to be
everything about it
on this dirt.
Everything about American culture is pulled from other cultures, so that's what confuses me too.
America is an immigrant. The fucking very idea. The Statue of Liberty is from fucking France.
Yes,
dude. The president of the United States said, we should be proud to be Americans because we took it from blah, 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 and we were this, and we're survivors.
Mm-hmm.
He applauded genocide.
That's what he does.
If you listen to him and you're a supporter of him, you're going to be like, yo, he's right. This is what oh God, what is that? Divine.
I know what
whatever.
you mean.
It's our right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Manifest
our
destiny.
right. Manifest destiny.
Yeah, and yeah, same thing.
That I mean
our
the president is saying this. You know what? He's right. We deserve this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to change America. We're here.
You know what?
Who the fuck are we?
I love where we live. I'm not even gonna lie. I love our freedoms. I love the things that we could do.
Oh yeah.
But what's going on right now is what's going to make this country burn.
Oh yeah.
It's going to burn. It's going to be a civil war, maybe. It's going to be a race war, maybe. It's going to be somebody sending something over here to kill everybody. But this nation is going to burn, and it's going to be on his head. How the fuck do you make enemies with Canada?
Yo,
because he takes everything personally and disregard the other 300 million people that it really affects.
These are the nicest people on earth.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't stroke his ego. If nobody strokes his ego, they're an enemy of him. It's the most idiotic shit ever.
But Putin, whatever the fuck
stroke his
ego?
He
didn't stroke his ego.
Putin found some prostitutes to stroke his shit. That's what it is. And he said that before he was president.
I think they have a lot on him, more so than what's in that dossier.
Oh, man, there's so much dirt. Like I said, Putin said before he was president, Trump would come over there and ask where the hole's at.
That was known. But now he has all these moments where it's like, I know him, I don't know him. I'm like, bruh, what is going to be? What is it going to be?
So, I mean, it's just one of those things. You want to root for your country. I do.
Of course,
because we have so many freedoms and we can do whatever we want to do. We're not worried about being caned in the middle of the street or whatever.
So,
now he is trying to bring all that shit here on this dirt, and that's his plan, I believe. But right now, this is probably the greatest place to be on the planet. But being the direction that we're going is so strong, bruh. They were marching with the flag on the State House again today. What the fuck? Why is this still a subject?
Oh, that's why I saw some on the news at the gym. I just wasn't paying attention.
I don't get it. That's a whole different country. I don't understand.
It's like you wanna do stuff great again. You want to bring back a flag that was relevant before a war 100 so years ago. You want to do all this shit, but when somebody else says, "Hey, we just want to not repeat the history that brought our people over here," you want us to stop looking in the past. I'm confused about the direction we're supposed to be going, and right now this is like the confused part in hip hop. Nobody knows confusion. Nobody knows what foundation they're supposed to be standing on.
Listen, it's all hypocrisy. They say these are the same people who say, well, if you're snatching kids from the border, you should have came across the border because it's illegal. But if the government says, all right, now we're going to take your guns, you're going to fight for your guns. Oh, but it's illegal. Make up your fucking mind. You want to follow the law or you don't? What the fuck? Oh, it's going to follow the law based on what you want. That's hypocrisy. Yeah. So I don't.
That's why I was telling people, man, if you believe, if you have a stern foundation and a belief in what's right, don't waste time arguing with people who are on the other side, because they're not gonna take your side. They're not gonna change their minds. Just go ahead and start putting things in place so you and your family can go ahead and move forward and do things the right way. Because when shit pops off, don't expect people to just have this great understanding of what you were fighting for in the first place and join you.
Nope.
Because some of these people will die before they say they're wrong.
And you knew it was coming. You had to, when Obama was elected, you knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
We're losing the country.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not.
I expected. I knew it was going to come, but I expected their leader to be someone cunning, someone cunning, somebody who you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming. You know, somebody who still did shit in the shadows. This dude is cricket in your face.
Yeah, he don't care.
And
he don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
And in 2009, that fucking what's his name? That Supreme Court justice that he
Clarence Thomas
put on. Yeah. No, motherfucker.
No, it's not Clarence
Thomas is like 1991, bro.
That motherfucker. He said no sitting president will be incarcerated.
We talked about that earlier. Yeah, so the president pretty much got himself off.
So it just, I don't know. Back to the original point. I'm just glad you didn't have to deal with that, because we can deal with it here, but for it to fuck up your vacation that you spent money on, hard-earned money on, to deal with the punk ass. That's
didn't have to, not once. I think everybody who was where I was trying to get away from this shit, because you didn't even, you can go to places here now in a restaurant or to a bar and hear people talking about it. You didn't hear any of that. I didn't hear the word Trump until I got back to the airport here in Atlanta.
That's a good escape.
That's good shit.
And that's when the cloud.
You're right.
Came back. So, oh, there you are. Trump. So that's when all that shit started back. But yeah, it's just one of those things that we try not to talk about, the show, but he did sneak in here.
Fucker.
But anyway, where are we now? We're at 11:30. Oh, dog, we're over an hour 30.
We are.
We're just over, because we start a little bit after 10.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You're fine.
You're good. We may we'll talk about this after the show. But anyway,
let's talk about it now. Hey,
else?
Listeners.
No, was there anything else we wanted to hit on?
Just hit our where we're at.
Oh yeah, if you want to hit us up, we are on SoundCloud. The audio from SoundCloud, the audio from actually this YouTube will be put on SoundCloud. You can go to SoundCloud and soundcloud.com and type in the company
on SoundCloud. Yeah, the company.
Yeah, the company on SoundCloud. It'll pop right up. It's our yellow logo, the company, and our 4 names at the bottom. If you go to Apple iTunes, you can search us under
The Company Podcast.
The Company Podcast. Once you do that, you'll see us there, and you can add us and chit chat. And we all have our Twitter handles there. You can even tweet us individually. And if you want to hit us up on what's the other one?
Google Play Music.
Google Play Music. You can search
Company.
The Company. Once you search that, you'll see us pop up, and you can add us and talk to us on there as well. So you got 4 ways to add us. You can add us here on the YouTube. You can add us on iTunes. You can add us on SoundCloud, and you can add us on Google Play Music at any time you want for your convenience.
And LimeWire.
Who the fuck uses LimeWire? LimeWire fucked my computer up in the 90s. I ain't want to see that shit.
That porn.
That was music. It was music. It's my word, and I'm sticking to it. I was downloading music. I had the largest library. Actually, it was like 2005, 2006. I had the largest library of early 90s hip hop and R&B that you ever saw in your life.
What happened to that hard drive?
It was all taken from me. It was burned. That shit died all at one time.
Damn.
I think I was downloading like immature, and then she's like,
yeah, because nobody likes immature.
I needed it to complete. I needed it to complete my collection. But anyway, if all hearts and minds are clear,
yeah.
All right. So join us next week We think we're gonna move back to Mondays because for some reason Sosa can't get here on time.
Just put me out there. All right.
We'll discuss it.
We didn't say why. Did we say why we didn't go last week? It was kind of funny.
Yeah, Sosa wasn't here.
Well, I was here.
Girl,
I was on my way to the house.
So
I was on vacation.
So I was going to run the show, but then like everybody got busy. So I said, screw it.
No, I was coming.
Dude, you called me like an hour after I had said no. Like, I was just like, I'm going to do some cardio. I started running around the neighborhood when you had called me.
Holy shit. At nighttime?
At nighttime.
Not me.
Shit.
My neighborhood's fine.
Whatever. I get robbed if I stick my hand out the door right now. Who took my fingernail? So we'll discuss whether we're going to be back either Monday or Tuesday, and we'll let you know ahead of time with posts and alerts. So you guys have a blessed night, and thank you for allowing us to keep you company.